3 years ago, I made this video.
That is my starting weight. My starting weight is 21 stone and 3 pounds. For those of you watching in America, that's 297 pounds. Just short of 300 pounds. It's not the heaviest I've ever been, but it's not far off.
So back then I was 21 stone 3 pounds, or 297 pounds, and I thought I was fat. Fast forward 3 years and I'm 23 stone 12 pounds, which is 334 pounds, and officially the heaviest I've ever been. Not only that, but it's part of a really worrying trend, because in that video from 3 years ago, I talked about how I'd gained a couple of stone over the previous 2 years. Well, since then, in the 3 years that have passed, I've gained another 37 pounds. That's 37 pounds in 36 months. Add that to the roughly 24 pounds in roughly the previous 24 months, and you can see that for the last 5 years, I've been averaging a weight gain of roughly £1 every single month. And if I carry on with that trend, if I carry on at that rate I've been keeping up for the last 5 years, I'm going to be 26 stone by my 40th birthday. That works out, I think, at 364 pounds, which is far too much for anybody to weigh. And the really alarming thing is that certainly for the last 3 years, and to a lesser extent for the couple of years leading up to that, but certainly for the last 3 years, I've been, I don't want to say really trying, because it's not completely true. There have been periods in that 3 years where I have really tried to lose weight. I've tried lots of things.
I'm on a no processed foods diet.
For the last week, I've been following a keto diet.
MyFitnessPal.
I've signed up for Weight Watchers.
Bev, do Swimming World, do Weight Watchers, do 5-2, do Keto, do Paleo. Just limit yourself to 1,000 calories a day, or 1,500 calories a day, or 2,000 calories a day, or cut out carbs, cut out fat.
So just from the stuff that I can remember from the last 3 years, that's an attempt at 100 days of real food that went really well for the first 40 or 50 days. Then I found loopholes and exploited them, and ended up 100 days in having not drunk a can of fizzy pop for 100 days, but also not losing a single pound in those 100 days, which at the time was disappointing. Looking back, I didn't gain 3 pounds during those 3 months, so I probably should have been celebrating. But at the time, viewed it as a failure, because I was properly restricting what I was eating for 100 days and just felt like I was getting nowhere. I tried 2 weeks of the keto diet and my blood pressure went through the roof. So although it was working, I was losing weight. I gave up on that because I was worried about health stuff. Me and Anna secretly went to, I think, 3 or 4 Slimming World meetings around this time last year. We didn't tell anybody because I was a little bit embarrassed. So we didn't, I don't even know why. The amount of videos I've made about this stuff, I was embarrassed about that one. But we went along to some Slimming World meetings, bought all the kit, and then Christmas happened. We stopped doing it. We never went back to the meetings. I've tried calorie counting over the last year and a bit. I've spent over £500 on gym membership and probably been to the gym less than 30 times for my 500 quid. I tried DDP yoga. I tried Couch to 5K. Probably about a year before we started the vlog, I spent about £300 on a juicer and juice bottles and a book about juicing, and it was a ridiculous expense. We did juicing for 2 days, and then the stuff is still in the pantry where I put it. I didn't like it, so we stopped. The last 5 years have just been a constantly repeating pattern of me trying something ridiculous to try and lose weight, it inevitably failing, usually because I haven't stuck to it properly, or I've found a way to outthink it and break the rules. And I guess it comes down to the fact for 5 years I've not really been motivated enough to actually make a change. But I tell you what, the thought of being 26 stone at age 40, that sets something off in here, and I think a change is coming. And I know usually at this point of these kind of videos, and this is where people rush in and tell me all their ways they lost weight or the things I should be doing to lose weight. And we often get lots of suggestions along the lines of, Kev, just count calories. It's really simple. If you eat less than you burn, you'll lose weight. Or Kev, do Slimming World. I lost 100 pounds in 3 weeks doing Slimming World. Or keto's brilliant for me. You don't even have to think about it. Or just eat sensibly. As if you stop eating junk, you'll be fine. And yes, I hear all that stuff. I think the problem I've got is information overload. Because I have been fat for most of my adult life, I have spent most of my adult life trying to lose weight. If there is a fad diet that has existed in the last 20 years, you can guarantee I've tried to do it, and not only have I tried to do it, because of my weird obsessive personality, my version of trying to do it is I bought the book on it and I read it from cover to cover. I read testimonials, I watched YouTube videos, I listened to podcasts, I found people who were following it and watched them, and I obsessively found out all the details of all of these things. And the point I've got myself to now is I know, I think, too much about too many different diets, and they all contradict each other. And I've managed to get myself to the point through over research and over education where I know too much and it all disagrees, and it's like seeing through the matrix, and it feels like there is no right answer because all the supposed right answers all contradict each other. So in 2020, we're going back to basics. And by going back to basics, I mean I'm basically going to go back and repeat that process I've done over the last 5 years, but fast forward it into 12 months and hopefully be successful at it this time, because in 2020 I am on the hunt for the perfect diet. Cue loads of people telling me in the comments such a thing doesn't exist. I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to find the perfect diet. I'm going to try 12 different diets, one diet a month throughout 2020, and I'm going to judge them and I'm going to find out which one is best. And hopefully, as part of that process, I'll lose 100 pounds and start to be a little less obese. So what this is actually going to look like in terms of this channel is I'm going to be doing 12 30-day or 12 month long, actually, because January's is going to be 31 day, February's 20. You get the idea. 12 month long diet challenges where I'm going to pick a diet or way of eating or lifestyle choice, because they're not all diets, but I'm going to pick a particular method or plan to follow for 1 month and track that in a video, produce a video to show you how I get on, and at the end of the year I'm going to rank them all on the basis of 3 things. I'm going to be judging them based on how much they cost to do, how easy I found them to follow, what results they gave me, and I'm going to combine those 3 things into a league table. And at the end, see, I have to make it anal and obsessive. At the end of the year, I'll have a league table of 12 diets and we'll have officially decided which one is best for me. Obviously, I have to put that disclaimer in. It's going to be which one has been the best one for me, because what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. That's the way diets work. That's why they're so frustratingly confusing. As of right now, I already have 8 of the 12 picks. I've got them written down here. One moment. So the 8 that I think I'm going to be doing, and this might change. I definitely want your input on these. So use the comment section to tell me things you'd like to see me try for a month, whether it's a diet that you've tried and it worked, or you've heard about and it sounds good, or you've never seen anyone do successfully. Whatever it is, let me know down in the comments what you think I should try, and if I like the sound of it, I'll add it to the list. This isn't a democracy. It's not going to be the one that gets the most votes wins. I'm going to pick the 12 I like the look of most. I've got 8. If you suggest 6 that are better than that, then I'll only use 6 of mine. So the ones I've got so far, the one that is definitely happening, because I've already started it, is Weight Watchers. I am already a couple of days into Weight Watchers, so you'll see a video of my month doing Weight Watchers. That'll come out early to mid-February once I've had a chance to edit all of that together. So I'm definitely going to be doing Weight Watchers. But as of now, I'm also going to be doing Slimming World for a month. I'm going to go sugar-free for a month. I'm going to drink 2 litres of water a day for a month. I'm going to give up caffeine, which I know isn't necessarily going to be something that helps me lose weight, but it's something that's an interesting diet challenge, and it might be nice to have a little break from calorie restriction somewhere in the middle of the year. So I'm thinking the 2 litres of water and the no caffeine ones, they'll be nice ones to slot in when I'm just fed up of dieting. Trying to do the psychology of this stuff as well. I'm going to be doing intermittent fasting. I'm going to be going vegan for a month, and I am going to be spending a month doing good old-fashioned calorie counting. Now, based on my maths, that is 8, so I do need at least 4 more. I think I'm probably ruling keto out of that, unless someone can convince me that it's safe for me to do keto with my high blood pressure without it skyrocketing the blood pressure again. I'll link to the one from when I tried it for a couple of weeks before. So if you've got any questions about the struggle I had with it before, you can maybe watch that and give your feedback. I'd like to try it again because people do rave about keto. Keep your suggestions down in the comments below. I will definitely be taking some of your suggestions into the diets that I end up doing this year. And the grand goal of all this is to shift some weight, reverse that upward trend, because if the upward trend continues, I'll be sat here in a year telling you how I've put on another stone, because that's roughly what it's averaging out to, about a stone a year. I want to flip that whole thing on its head, and I want to reverse time by 5 years. I want to drop £100. I want to get back to where I was before all this nonsense started, before I started upwardly trending inexplicably. People have often asked me why and how it happened, and I don't think I've necessarily started eating anymore. I don't think I've started exercising any less. Obviously, the last couple of years, I've worked from home, so I've been a lot less active during the day than I was when I was a teacher. So I've been doing less steps on my old step tracker, but the weight loss hasn't accelerated. It's still maintained at £1 a month, roughly. I was gaining £1 a month when I was teaching. I'm gaining £1 a month now. I'm sitting on my backside all day. So I think it's just a case of I turned 38 this year. It's harder to maintain a lower weight than it is when you're younger. And because of that, I think it is time for me to stop eating like a 23-year-old finally. And if one of these or multiple of these diets help me in that direction, then that's got to be a positive thing. And I know there are going to be a couple of people, maybe more than a couple of people, who say, Kev, this isn't the right way to do it. Just take it slow and steady, be sensible, make subtle changes here and there to your diets, moderate what you eat. And so I've tried all that, and I know that's the sensible way for a sensible person to do it, but I'm not a sensible person. I respond well to ridiculously restrictive rules. When I decided I wasn't going to drink alcohol anymore, I stopped drinking alcohol. It was easy. When I decided I was never going to smoke another cigarette again, I just stopped smoking cigarettes, and it was easy. When we gave up sugar for 100 days, I just stopped eating sugar, and it was easy. I can follow strict rules relatively easily. It's the way my personality works. What I can't do is use moderation and be sensible, because there's too much grey area. I need black and white. Is this good or bad? No grey for me. And that's what I'm hoping for with these diets. So wish me luck. Keep your suggestions coming in down in the comments on stuff that I should try, and keep your eye out on the channel probably about a month from now, maybe a little bit longer, for the results of my month trying Weight Watchers. And I guess watch the weight fall off me, because I think that's how these things are supposed to work. I'll do an update of this video in a year, and I'll be slender, Kev, and that would be lovely.